Alright everyone, and so I've seen The Smashing Machine, and this is the latest film from A24, starring Dwayne Johnson, Emily Blunt, and this is where The Rock takes on a very serious role on playing a UFC MMA fighter, Mark Kerr, and I think for what I'm about to say, and I think Dwayne Johnson definitely has a chance of getting an Oscar win based on this performance, and especially for what I'm going to be saying right here. And so this will be my full non-spoiler review for the movie, going over my thoughts and my impressions, and talk about if this is The Rock's best performance of his career, of delivering this character, especially from the performances to the storytelling, especially from Benny Safdie, and so much more. So let's not waste any time. And so if you're new to that, be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so I'm excited any future videos, including movie reviews and much more. But now let's talk about this movie. And now, if y'all have known Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for many years, especially that all of you that have grown up with his movies, and if you know his filmography, he is mostly known for the action family comedy genre, where in a role he is basically playing himself with so much charisma, and even though it was so much nonsense, especially as we've loved to know this wrestler turned actor for so many years, but especially we have gotten tired of it for so many years, but even though it's just like the same type of personality that he carries throughout all of his movies. But especially he became the big box office movie star, but then we seem to not give a damn about anymore, especially and now if people want to take him seriously as an actor, and now when it comes to The Smashing Machine, he definitely wants to give a great performance, especially if people want to take him very seriously, and especially with having a role that people will remember him for a long time. With this movie from A24, and even doing a movie for that specific studio where they make movies for award season, especially with people that carry Oscar-worthy performances in their careers, and especially I think The Rock definitely made the right choice of flipping the script and doing a personality change when it came to taking on this role, especially with Mark Kerr, and just to see his life being unfolded on film with having Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson play this character. And even if you've known the marketing for this movie, especially when they released the first look of Dwayne Johnson as Mark Kerr, he is basically in a prosthetic makeup. He looks unrecognizable, and that's what I was really impressed on, because especially with the trailers, and I think this is what sold me. It's The Rock taking on a very serious role that he might get an Oscar nomination for, and basically win award season. And especially as I really like Dwayne Johnson this way, and have him take on this role in the sports world, because especially if you've known The Rock's history from way back in the day, he was actually in the WWE before he became an actor, and especially for what he knows in the sports world, he really takes that weight on his shoulders and to transforming into this character named Mark Kerr. And I don't know the name of, but I'm sure for what his story is being told on film, especially coming from Benny Safdie, and I think I like this director because it's especially if you know the Safdie brothers, and especially Benny Safdie has appeared in a couple of movies, but now doing a movie with one of the biggest actors in the world, but now just for having Dwayne Johnson just to give a career best worthy performance, and to basically give him an award that people will definitely remember him for. And that was my experience going in this movie, and that's what I really wanted, especially from The Rock. And people really want to look at him he's a very serious actor. He could really deliver such a great performance, and I think for what he did from over the years, it was good. But just with my overall expectations, and I think this movie delivered on cylinders, but it does drag a little, but it definitely tells a brilliant, unique story about Mark Kerr and his life. Because especially me, I don't know the name, but I'm pretty sure it's a very popular name in the sports world, especially in the UFC, and especially For all, what this movie showcases about this fighter in general is that he basically has ups and downs in his life, and basically with everything that he carries on his shoulders, especially as the way that he gets along with his girlfriend, and especially like Mark Kerr back in the day had an addiction with drugs and alcohol, especially with Dwayne Johnson that wanted to tell this story with Mark Kerr about transforming into that character. That's exactly for what he does, and I think I can definitely applaud The Rock for that by bringing this role to life, and especially with his chemistry with Emily Blunt. I mean, those two share fantastic moments together, because especially that there are like moments where they get mad at each other, or for when something like horrific happens, or if they don't get along, and that's what I exactly felt just from the two of them. Especially if you know Dwayne Johnson and Emily Blunt, they done a movie together called The Jungle Cruise, but now doing a drama biopic about a UFC fighter named Mark Kerr, and this movie will deliver very inspirational messages out there, especially for what people can take away from this movie. And this movie will definitely enter award season for sure, but do I think it'll win? There's a very possible scenario it will, and it possibly won't. I mean, we'll never tell, especially as we enter the Oscars next year, but especially I think people will definitely remember Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson for not just the charismatic like MG roles that he carries, for also especially for us the 9 to 10-year-olds who remember from his line of work, but I think it'll definitely be remembered specifically with this first real dramatic performance, for way that The Rock really wants to carry with a role of a lifetime, because especially with Dwayne Johnson doing this very first dramatic role playing an MMA fighter, especially for what he went through in the past, that is not something that comes around often. I mean, think about that. I definitely would recommend this to anyone, especially if you've been a fan of Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, or if you want to know about Mark Kerr and its history from the past. You should definitely go out and see this movie, and I think it is a very, very moving. It's emotional. It packs some great score, and oh my gosh, like there are moments where I teared up a little bit, especially for what happens, what the end result is, and people will definitely be satisfied when they go out and see this movie, and I think it is very, very good. But sometimes it can be a little bit draggy, because again, it is very long, but you'll definitely get to savor every single moment for what The Rock can do when he delivers a very great performance, but not just any performance, but especially an Oscar-worthy performance, possibly in his entire career, because basically, yeah, we all know him as a guy that like is a workout beast, who's also a wrestler turned actor, but he really delivers, especially like, yeah, if you know the story of Mark Kerr, yeah, he fights in the ring and gets beaten up, but that's exactly what the story tells on film, and I think A24 and Benny Safdie did a really great job of just bringing this role to life, and I can't count like how many times I've seen The Rock so unrecognizable under that prosthetic makeup, man. It's just, it is very, very cool. And yeah, so my final thoughts are, I think I really enjoyed the Smashing Machine, and I think this was the real test to see if Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson can actually deliver a dramatic performance, and if it will really be memorable for years to come, and I think it will be. And I think, I mean, if Dwayne Johnson ever gets nominated or wins an Oscar, people will definitely be watching The Smashing Machine for sure. But especially with me, people will definitely know him for his other films. But especially with this film, I mean, I'm not sure, but I think they'll definitely will after watching this as well. But that's gonna do it for this video. Just let me know in the comments down below, and if you've seen The Smashing Machine, and if you think Dwayne Johnson really delivers in this movie, just let me know in the comments down below, and also give me a rating, 10 being the highest. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to notification bell for future videos. Also follow all my social medias, all linked down below. And with that, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.